Hi and welcome to another one of the tea break coach sessions. So grab yourself a cup of tea. As we've talked about, it's just a really informal session for you to experience some of the things that I talk about in executive coaching. You'll notice today I've got a couple of pooches for company, which is dead helpful because that means I'm getting an endorphin release. So we covered petting your pets as part of the 52 project. Tip 21, hugs matter, has got all the signs about why petting your pets is really good for them, so we'll just leave them there. But what I want to talk to you today about and get you to do an activity on is the 4D's. So this goes down really well with my clients as a way to think about how you manage your time and how you organise your priorities, because everybody I speak to is really busy at work and home, and this gives you a really simple way to think about how you think about your thinking. I do a tea break training postcard on the 4Ds, and that's going to be free to download from www.toprighthinking.com. And also there's an activity in the journal, so for those of you who've got it, it's page 6. But again, this is going to be completely free to download from toprighthinking.com for a week. So it means that absolutely anybody can take part in this tea break coaching session. So writing a to-do list takes loads of time, and I know that it's true for me and it's true for loads of my clients, that what ends up happening with a to-do list quite often is you spend quite a lot of time avoiding the things you don't want to do, and then you rewrite them down on another to-do list. To-do lists don't really work that well. They take a lot of time and energy to put in, and they can feel really overwhelming. So what I suggest my clients do instead is have a think about how important tasks are and how urgent they are. And if they are both important and urgent, I encourage people to do it now. So what I'd like you to think about is, what have you got on right now that is both important and urgent? Because if you spend just 5 minutes breaking the back of that task by just getting started on it, I promise you that starts to release really positive chemicals. The next thing to do is, if something is important but it's not urgent, diarise it. So in my phone, I put physical appointments in to do tasks that are really important. And I also schedule them for the time of day that I'm best. So I'm best really early in the morning. So sometimes I'll even do these really important tasks before I get out of bed. I'll do them physically while I'm sat in bed with a cup of tea, and do them before I can go and walk the dogs or unload the dishwasher. So pick the right time for you for the right task. The next one is to delegate. So where things are urgent but maybe not so important, then they don't require you personally to do them. Delegate well, and just make sure that you follow up. And finally, for things that aren't important and aren't urgent, it's sometimes better to ditch them, to be really honest at the outset with people that you're not going to have time to complete that task, or it's just not important enough in your world. Maybe give them some thoughts about how they could do it themselves. So that's what I'm suggesting you do right now, is just take a minute and have a look at your to-do list. Have a look what you could do now, and not necessarily finish, but make a start on. What should you diarise and make sure you give proper time to, but when you're fresh, when you work well at that sort of task. Think about what you could delegate. What could you give to somebody else? Because actually it grows that person too. And what really do you need to go and have an honest conversation about, because you do need to ditch it. So download the stuff on toprighthinking.com, and I'll see you another time for another tea break coach. See you soon.